We've been waiting 364 days for this, the Super Bowl of recruiting. Welcome to our National Signing Day special. I am your host, Emerson Latzia. Tonight, we're taking you all around Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast for the biggest ceremonies of the day. We've got live guests in studio, including St. Louis Rams running back Trey Mason, former Park Vista star, plus in-depth analysis from this dynamic duo, ESPN 106.3 high school reporter Wells Dusenberry and Ian Hess. They'll be breaking down all the drama throughout the show. And while a majority of recruits around the area entered today knowing where they play their college ball, Atlantic's Shelton Johnson still no commitment. So the monster defensive end takes the main stage on signing day. And one school out there is about to celebrate the arrival of the #1 undecided prospect in Palm Beach County.
I wanted to let everybody know that I'm going to further my education at the University of Michigan.
All right, SJ making his way to Ann Arbor, Michigan to play for Jim Harbaugh's Wolverines. Johnson, the top undecided recruit, entering today, picking Big Blue over schools like FSU and Miami. Kind of a shocker, too, considering Michigan's been recruiting him for only a month now.
When I first went out there to the campus, after that, I made my decision because that's where I wanted to feel. I felt fit there. I know the coaching style was genuine. They really wanted me, and they needed me. So I'm just going to help that team out. They're going to help me out, and I'm going to get my education.
Well, at Boyton Beach, all eyes on Lamar Jackson. He verbally committed to Louisville in August, and he's sticking to it, folks. Many thought he may be Gainesville-bound following a visit with the Gators over the weekend. So why did Lou Groza High School Player of the Year become a Cardinal? Because Mama said so.
I just felt it was a good program, and it really, truly fit me. And like my mom, when she was hearing about it and I was talking to her about it, we just felt like it was a connection between me and the coaches. Like, that would just made my decision from there.
At Dwyer, another massive signing class for the Panthers. 12 kids total, including 4 baseball players, 6 from the football team. Defensive back Jarius Adams, the star of the show. He's honoring his commitment to Rutgers. He'll join us live in studio in just a few moments with his Panthers teammate, future Nebraska Cornhusker Alex Davis. But perhaps the biggest news of the day at Dwyer was who was not signing the dotted line. Star wide receiver Tavares Martin not inking his letter of intent with West Virginia after the school dropped him from its recruiting class due to his ongoing legal issues. Martin was arrested last April on burglary, theft, and fraud charges. It's unknown if he'll be signing somewhere else down the road. Time now, we bring in Mr. Hest and the Dews. Guys, a crazy story there with Martin. How surprised were you guys?
Oh, absolutely surprised. Thank you very much, Emerson. Here with the man, the Dews, Wells Dusenberry, who's going to break it all down for us, Dews. Let's get right to it. We just about heard from Dwyer wide receiver Tavares Martin, not going to sign with West Virginia today despite being committed for some time. So what's next for him?
I think really right now it's kind of deciding, seeing what happens next almost with the legal issues right now. I know there was some concern over that. I think that they're going to go back and look and see maybe right now it's whether it's a felony, misdemeanor. I think that that's going to be a key factor in seeing what happens down the road. His options right now are if the legal issues are cleared, he could still sign with a Division I program. Just because you don't sign on National Signing Day doesn't mean you can't do that. If not, you might have a junior college in the mix, something like that. So I think it's really we're going to have to wait a little bit to see what happens. But those are probably two of the more likely options.
Was it going to be Louisville or Florida? Red and orange or red and black or orange and blue for Palm Beach County's top player? In the end, what drew Lamar Jackson to the Louisville Cardinals?
He's someone that's been committed to Louisville since August, and I think, the familiarity with the system, talking with the coaches, I think he built a good relationship with a lot of that coaching staff there. He mentioned, the spread offense. He really likes that. He said, I want to play in the NFL someday, and this is a good offense to learn and to get to that point. So I think the relationship he developed with those coaches, they were on him since the beginning, where Florida came on a little bit later on there. I think that was a big factor as well there, Louisville being there from the beginning.
The surprise of the day, you were there. Atlantic's Shelton Johnson is heading to Ann Arbor. You and I have talked about him for weeks on how close to the chest his recruitment was. So how was Big Blue able to get him up north?
It was really Jim Harbaugh. I mean, he's someone that made a massive impression on him, and he's obviously a very big figure in the coaching community. You look at what he's done at college, at Stanford, what he's done in the NFL with the San Francisco 49ers. He came on pretty quickly in terms of this. Their assistant DJ Durkin, defensive coordinator, formerly at UF, I think he helped with his recruitment as well. But I think having Jim Harbaugh, having that experience, I think, and the education at Michigan, which he cited as well, I think those two factors really played a key role.
He's the Dews, and no one knows high school football in the area better than him. Plenty more knowledge from you coming his way later in the show, but now let's send it back over to Emerson.
All right, thank you so much, boys. Royal Palm Beach senior Frederick Johnson just wrapped up his first and only season with the Wildcats. A lack of experience, though, did not stop the offers from pouring in for the ginormous offensive tackle. Johnson will be taking his talents to Gainesville to play for the, Florida Gators. He signs today alongside two of his Royal Palm teammates, South Dakota-bound Shamar Jackson and Brandon Hernandez, who's heading to Santa Fe College. But as for Frederick, he's looking forward to helping turn around UF's program.
I'm looking forward to just getting on that field and proving everybody wrong. Like, Florida is going to be back at the top, and I want to help rebuild that because here at Royal Palm, we was hungry. We were struggling for a few minutes, and we went and got the district title.
At Seminole Ridge, we salute the Hoot. A pair of FAU commits signed their letters of intent. Quarterback Jalen Young, running back Karith White. Being teammates, nothing new to these two, having played together since their Pop Warner days. So those epic battles in practice, they're going to continue for the next 4 years.
We know what we're both capable of doing. We're very competitive. We push each other. We get each other better every day.
I never thought it would happen. I'm just thankful. Like, we practice each other day in and day out. We go to the movies together. We go hang out together. Like, he's really one of my brothers, and I'm just very thankful to have him for the next 4 years.
Kamar Downer, another future Owl. He headlines Palm Beach Central signing day class. KD committed to FAU back in November, made it official, though, this afternoon. Downer joining 5 other Palm Beach County players and making the move to Boca Raton.
It's a blessing and, it's a relief that it's over, but it was also a fun experience, to be honest. The official visits, it was great time. It's always time where you got to settle down and, stay committed to one, and I chose FAU, which, Coach Partridge, I'm glad to play for you.
And a huge day for FAU locally. Coming up in the show, our Ian Hess sitting down one-on-one for a chat with head coach Charlie Partridge. Well, just north of Boca and Delray Beach, a massive day for American Heritage, and I mean massive. 30 student athletes put pen to paper, half of them coming from the football team. Teammates Desmond Kane and Trenard Davis are moving on together as they take their talents to the University of Illinois.
And it's great, just that I have family coming up with me, so it'll be a little bit more smoother.
It's a blessing to be playing with him. Like, we grew up together, we're family, so to be able to play with him for another 4 years, it's going to be fun. We're going to work each other every day.
Well, we're thinking outside the box at Oxbridge Academy. 3 athletes signing scholarships at the next level. 2 soccer players, Samantha Chung with Florida and Ryan Dietrich with Johns Hopkins. Then you have Bayard Layler, who's on his way to Salva Regina University for sailing.
My friends are all very excited, also very shocked, especially my parents, because they had no idea you could go for sailing either. And they're very looking forward to seeing me improve and go on.
Yeah, I have a feeling Mom and Dad are pretty happy about that one. Time for a quick commercial break, which includes a cool message from our AM crew that ran during the Super Bowl. Plus, we head up to the Treasure Coast for a pair of big signings. And St. Louis running back Trey Mason, he's going to be live in studio. We're back in 2 minutes.
I worry about the weather so you don't have to, because you have better things to do. Only on News Channel 5.
Hey guys, we get a Super Bowl commercial for our morning news.
Let's produce it ourselves. What should be in it?
Trust. People trust us for useful information.
Yeah, the stuff people want to know.
We got to talk safety, like during big weather events.
And we can't just be sitting around the desk talking about breaking news.
And let's do something different. We always do the same thing.
Hey, don't forget about Chopper 5.
We won't. All right, we got it.
Yeah, hands in.
And crew.
Yes. I worry about the weather so you don't have to. Only on News Channel 5.
People watch us every morning for information. Let's find out if they're using it. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Hey, Henry's on the WPTV app.
Yes, and they took the alternate routes I told them to. That's your time saving traffic.
Sally and her family are leaving the beach. It's 3:45. I told her it'd start raining around 4.
And there's Chopper 5 alerting everyone to breaking news first.
Look, Patty and Tom are...
All right, we're done. Hey, we gotta go. We got a newscast to get ready for.
Aunt Edna makes the best mashed potatoes.
No, they're very good. Look, there are a lot of very good mashed potatoes.
She uses top-flight potatoes and isn't scared of the butter.
Well, I'm not saying I don't like them. I'm just saying I don't know that I'd put them in the elite category of mashed potatoes. But that doesn't mean I don't like them.
Telling it like it is.
What? They're second-string mashed potatoes.
It works better on the air.
You can only have 5 quarterbacks in the elite club. You got to kick one of those out.
For what? Winning playoff games?
Start your day with Mike and Mike. Weekday mornings on ESPN 106.3 FM.
Welcome back to our National Signing Day special, folks. I'm Emerson Lazia from ESPN 106.3. Joining me now, two of the happiest kids in Palm Beach County. Dwyer defensive end Alex Davis, his Panther teammate defensive back Jarius Adams. Guys, thanks for coming in. I know it's been a busy day for you.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So, Alex, you're heading to Nebraska. Jarius heading to Rutgers. But first off, what does this day mean for both you guys and also your families? Jarius?
It's just been a great day for me. Having my family come down, talk to me, congratulate me, and just getting this process done. It's been great.
What about for you, Alex? Is it kind of a relief that it's over with?
Oh, yeah, man. It's a big relief, man, just being able to just finally say who I'm signed to and everything. And like you said, just having my family come. I had a big turn up today with my family and everything. So, yeah.
And, Alex, I know Nebraska offered you, what, like 10 days ago? Then you flew it for a visit. You committed like 2 days later. Why?
I mean, I was committed to Georgia Southern and everything, but once I got a chance to talk to the coaches and really get up there and see how the school is and how the fans just support the school and everything and just saw what the coaches had to offer me, I knew that was the decision I wanted to make.
And for you, Jay, what is it about Rutgers that's calling your name?
It's just I established a relationship with them since this summer and talked to Coach Rossi and Coach Flood, and they were great coaches. And I just had to keep that in the back of my mind when I chose the school.
And the recruiting process got pretty interesting for you here in the past month or so, right? You had a visit from Jim Harbaugh in Michigan, but you decided to stay loyal to Rutgers?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Alex, at this time last year, I don't know if many people who are watching realize that you weren't even playing football. I mean, you've been playing organized football for less than a year. What has this ride been like for you? Did you ever expect it to get this big?
To be honest, no. I didn't ever think I would be playing football right now. I mean, I thought I was always going to be playing basketball and everything, but it's been great, man. It's been a great experience being able to get with friends like this, Jarius and the other boys at Dwyer and stuff like that, Coach D. Everything it's been great.
So how rusty was he, out there when he first started playing football?
No, he wasn't rusty at all. It seemed like he knew the game. He was a great player, especially a great teammate, and always a great kid to be around.
You guys were awesome, man. Thanks a lot for stopping in, boys. Really appreciate it. Best of luck at the next level, and don't forget us, okay?
Okay.
Let's toss it back over now to Ian and Wells for more on who they think is going to make an immediate impact at that next level.
All right, thanks again, Emerson. Back here with our high school football expert, Wells Dusamary Dews. Now that these guys have signed their letters of intent, who has the best possibility of making an impact right off the bat in their freshman season?
I think it's a guy who's already enrolled right now. I think Tavon Coney from Palm Beach Gardens, the linebacker, he's heading to Notre Dame. I think having that experience and being enrolled early, I think is so incredibly pivotal. I think, just talk about it, you're getting enrolled early, you're getting in the weight training program early, you're getting that spring football practice in, playing in the spring game here. I think getting acclimated to the custom and the climate, I think that's going to be a very big positive for him. So I think he's going to have the opportunity absolutely to compete for some playing time there.
I think one guy that I know a little bit about, I was just talking to, and we just heard from Alex Davis. The Nebraska program's losing a potentially top 5 draft pick in Randy Gregory, another starting defensive end. He's another guy. Don't be surprised. The Nebraska media thinks that he's going to step on the field right off the bat. Well, we've talked about a lot of great schools today. Florida, Miami, Michigan. These are Power 5 schools as they're known. But who from outside those top-tiered schools can become a star in the collegiate ranks?
I think it's Shamar Jackson, Royal Palm Beach. He's kind of a multifaceted threat, running back, DB. He's been such an explosive player for this Wildcat program, really a home run threat on offense. He makes plays defensively as well. I think he's someone that maybe didn't get kind of the offers he should have because of his size. I think that held back a lot of people, but don't let that confuse you. I think he's going to be an impact player at South Dakota on whatever side of the ball they want him on. Don't let the size scare you. He will be making some plays for South Dakota.
This guy knows it all, and a couple stats quickly for you. The ESPN West Palm team traveled more than 300 miles today covering schools across Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast. This guy, more than 100 of them. So big ups to the dudes.
Wow, dude, it's a good thing we have a gas card, right? Nice work, gentlemen. Lamar Jackson stealing a lot of the spotlight this past year. But during the offseason, another area quarterback was making headlines. Carter Stanley, one of 9 signees at Vero Beach High School, 6 of which were football players. Stanley flew under the radar for a while before a Kansas offer arrived. And the future Jayhawk, throwing for over 3,000 yards and 40 touchdowns while leading Vero Beach to an undefeated regular season. He's in the Big 12 now, which is known for producing fantastic quarterbacks.
Yeah, it's pretty special. You know, I've always kind of had a vision to accomplish this, and you know, you look at the names and it's pretty exciting just to see some of those guys, but you know, they didn't get there without hard work, so you know, we have to work hard to earn it.
Well, meanwhile, Jensen Beach's Nico Satelli making the move to the University of South Florida. Satelli turning down offers from Florida Atlantic and Florida International. The Falcons linebacker is the team's all-time tackles leader and just the 3rd player in the school's history to commit to a Division I program.
Knowing that, you know, after Alex Ogle and Xavier Preston, that I'll be up on the wall, you know, and that, you know, I was a 3rd Division I football player to come out of here. So I'm very fortunate I had to be in the opportunity to do that.
Well, St. Andrews' Jake Vargas, the next North Carolina Tar Heel, the tight end, recently flipping his commitment from another Tobacco Road school, Wake Forest, after visiting and falling in love with Chapel Hill.
At the end of the day, it's an awesome academic place. Football-wise, doesn't get much better than that. Carolina's a great place, and the way they use a tight end, it really fits the way I play football. And I think the next couple of years, I think we have a good shot to win some championships.
Well, also signing at St. Andrews today, water polo attacker Chelsea Scuderi. The future Bucknell Bison was introduced to the sport as a freshman after being asked to play because of a lack of varsity players. 4 years later, she's turning it into a Division I scholarship, and she says her 10-year-old brother could be next.
I think they were a little confused on what the sport was because we really didn't know much about it. But then they loved it. They loved going to the games and cheering for the team. My 2nd year playing, he realized that I really loved the sport. And then my coach gave me a water polo ball once, and we were in my pool, and we just started passing, and he's like, "This is so much fun."
Well, at Cardinal Newman, tight end Andrew Hours heading to the Patriot League to play at Bucknell University. The 6'3", 230-pounder came into high school with dreams of playing college basketball, but Hours decided to stick with football after a little chat with head coach Steve Walsh.
Freshman I came in, I told coach I wasn't playing football. He said, I don't know about that, so you got me playing. And then after sophomore year, I realized that, all right, well, this could become a possibility. You know, move me to tight end. I was a wide receiver. Move me to tight end, and you know, maybe this could become a real dream of mine.
All right, well, living the dream. Speaking of that, brotherly love right here. Thank you guys for joining us. Who do we have here, by the way? How about Boyton Beach senior Chauncey Mason, his older brother Trey, former Park Vista stud. Now, Chauncey, National Signing Day, not the end of the road for everybody. Deciding not to sign somewhere today, but how excited are you to play college football down the road?
I'm very excited. You know, I just want to just be better than I am now, be better than this guy right here. And, you know, that's my main goal, is just to be at the top level and be the best.
So how do you expect this process to play out from here?
This process, you know, is running slow right now.
Yeah.
But I expect it to pick up towards the end, and so I could just be great when I get wherever I got to be.
Well, Trey, what kind of advice are you giving Chauncey right now?
To stay focused. You know, there's a lot that he's going to go through, a lot of adversity in the next couple of years, and, you know, keep your head high, keep working hard, and that talent, you know, you can't be hidden. It can't be hidden. So, you know, keep working hard, and it's going to show.
So has this past week, I mean, just maybe how difficult, how stressful has it been for you? And, I mean, how much have you guys kind of like relied on each other throughout the years?
We rely on each other, like, probably every day because, you know, we learn from each other. This process has been very stressful, actually, but he's been keeping my head right 24/7, and that's all it's been. It's just waiting for that moment.
And talk about a quick 4 years for you, man. It was 2011. It was like 4 years ago. We're talking you coming out of Park Vista, and this was your day to shine. I mean, what kind of memories come back for you, Trey?
He's going through the same thing that I went through.
Yeah.
You know, this part of your life is very...
You might recognize this video as well. That's a video for you signing day. Just like it was yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm, of course. But it was, you know, this time of your life is nerve-wracking because you don't want to make the wrong choice. But, you know, God has a plan. So whatever you do, the story's already written. So, you know, I wish you good luck and congrats.
And even like during the season when you're in St. Louis, I mean, how often are you guys like talking back and forth, even if it's not about recruiting, just checking in with each other and seeing how everyone's doing?
Yeah. I FaceTime him all the time.
Yeah?
I like to mess with him just to see what he's doing. You know, I'm cool with his principles, so I got to see what he's doing sometime and check up on him.
Yeah, I just, same for me. I always checking up on him and sending out blessings here and there. That's all we do.
Nice. And Trey, you've obviously had a lot of success, even here when you were at Park Vista, then at Auburn, and now with the Rams. Obviously, people know your last name. They know the Mason name. So what kind of impact has that made, Chauncey, on you in your recruiting process? Has that helped? Does that hurt you at all?
It actually helps a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it helps a lot. But, you know, they always say that Trey is Trey, Chauncey is Chauncey, and they want us to be our own individual player. So it really helps just slightly, but not too much.
And then from the high school level to the college level, and then the college level to the pro level, what's the biggest difference as you keep advancing up the ladder, Trey?
I say the transition from high school to college was the hardest.
Okay.
Because of the workouts, the weight. You're not used to waking up, 6 o'clock and going to run. You're used to waking up 6 o'clock, having breakfast, and going to class. Now you're 6 o'clock going to lift some weights and run. And then after that, you got class and you got to stay up. So that's the hardest transition. But, you got to continue to know what the dream is, know what your goal is, and, fight on.
Yeah, and speaking of lifting weights, is that like what you guys are doing now together with you being home for a little bit? I mean, how much are you guys like hanging out, and do you go to the gym? Do you go to like the movies together? Like, do you do a lot together right now?
We're tied to the hip, so actually right after this we're going to the gym. So I need to work out. I got to stay in shape.
Is it arm day? Is it leg day?
Today's leg day. It's one of the worst days.
Okay.
Everybody out there that knows.
A lot of squatting, a lot of lunges.
A bunch of squatting.
Looks like you guys are doing just fine with that. All right, boys. Well, thanks a lot for coming in, man. I really appreciate you. Chauncey, nice interception there. Trey, best of luck to both of you guys, and keep in touch, all right, man? We'll be following you guys as y'all move along.
Thank you, guys.
All right, well, there you have it. The Chauncey brothers, brotherly love, baby. Coming up, recruiting expert Luke Stampede of 24/7 Sports. He's going to take us on a trip around the state to see how the Noles, the Gators, and Canes are looking. Plus, we're one-on-one with FAU head coach Charlie Partridge. He sits down with our Ian Hess. What's he saying about the Owls 2015 class? Find out coming up.
I worry about the weather so you don't have to, because you have better things to do. Only on News Channel 5.
Your morning?
It's crazy. You've got to make a plan, so it's straight to Today on 5.
See what's happening right now and breaking news from overnight.
Do your kids need an umbrella?
And is an accident going to slow you down?
I'm up in Chopper 5. No one shows you the traffic and the tie-ups like this.
We're the team you know.
To make the right plan to start your day.
Wake up with Today on 5. Weekdays from 4:30 to 7 on WPTV News Channel 5.
I worry about the weather so you don't have to, because you have better things to do. Only on News Channel 5.
People watch us every morning for information. Let's find out if they're using it. You guys ready?
Yeah! Hey, Henry's on the WPTV app.
Yes, and they took the alternate routes I told them to. That's your time-saving traffic.
Sally and her family are leaving the beach. It's 3:45. I told her it'd start raining around 4.
There's Chopper 5 alerting everyone to breaking news first.
Look, Patty and Tom are...
All right, we're done. Hey, we gotta go. We got a newscast to get ready for.
Aunt Edna makes the best mashed potatoes.
No, they're very good. Look, there are a lot of very good mashed potatoes.
She uses top-flight potatoes and isn't scared of the butter.
Well, I'm not saying I don't like them. I'm just saying I don't know that I'd put them in the elite category of mashed potatoes. But that doesn't mean I don't like them.
Telling it like it is.
What? They're second-string mashed potatoes.
It works better on the air.
You can only have 5 quarterbacks in the elite club. You got to kick one of those out.
For what? Winning playoff games?
Start your day with Mike and Mike. Weekday mornings on ESPN 106.3 FM.
Welcome back to our National Signing Day special. I'm Emerson Latzia from ESPN 106.3. A huge day for FAU and their head coach Charlie Partridge as they sign 26 players, 6 alone from Palm Beach County. Our Ian Hess sits down with Coach and goes one-on-one with the big man.
What a day for FAU football here on National Signing Day, joined by the head coach, Charlie Partridge. Charlie, you have to be very excited about the class that you just brought in.
Yeah, this is really a culmination of a full year of work. I couldn't be more excited and proud of the group of kids that really it's a historic class for Florida Atlantic in the future. So really proud of the job all these coaches did and excited about where we're headed from here.
Your ability to recruit South Florida was huge in making this class not only Broward and Dade, but Palm Beach is the biggest part of this class. 6 guys from the Palm Beach County area heading to them. To have that core, what does that say about how this football team is connecting with the community?
We said from a little over a year ago when I joined Florida Atlantic, we said from that I-4 Tampa-Orlando corridor down, that was going to be priority 1, and 20 from our class are from that corridor down. So we're excited about that, and it starts from Palm Beach, and like you said, with 6 in the class, couldn't be happier.
One of the headliners of that is a former state champion Dwyer quarterback and an early enrollee in Daniel Parr. Does he have the ability to step in here and be in this role right away, or what do you envision from Daniel?
No predictions that way, but I'm excited about the way he's been working out with our team and getting good reports from our strength coaches, and I'm excited to see what he can do when we get into spring ball.
A lot of this class is very heavy in certain positions. One of those is wide receiver, and perhaps the best of the crop is Palm Beach Central's Kamar Downer. What do you see from him in the future?
You know what, he's such a versatile player. You know, he played so many things over there for Palm Beach Central, and at quarterback and receiver and defensive back. We're really going to try him out at a couple of different spots and see where he can climb the ladder the fastest.
To look at those offers from the guys that were in this class and to see that they were up against, that you were up against some of the top Power 5 teams, not only in the state but across the country, and to see you winning those battles, not only in Palm Beach County but all of South Florida. What does that say about where this program and the direction it's heading?
I think it says a lot, and that goes to the top of the ladder with Dr. Kelly and his clear emphasis on us having a successful program and the great job Pat Chun has done, and really the athletic department at large. And there's all these markers. You know, we've talked about it. We had a BCS level bowl game with 2 conference champions in our stadium. You got Miami coming in and being the home opener. It's an exciting time for Florida Atlantic football at large, and recruiting just backs that up.
A lot of smiling faces here in Boca Raton today. One of the best classes Florida Atlantic has ever pulled in. Congratulations, Coach Charlie Partridge.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Go Owls.
All right, thank you, Ian. Luke Stampini now, recruiting expert with 24/7 Sports, live in studio. Luke, you just heard what Coach had to say. Do you like what he did in his first year, his first full year of recruiting?
Did a great job his first full year. You know, he took care of his backyard. 6 prospects from Palm Beach County, did well in Broward, did well in Dade, addressed the needs in their defensive secondary, and they got their quarterback, the most important position of all, Daniel Parr from Dwyer.
Yep.
Great job his first full year on the trail.
All right, how about the big 3 now? Florida State, and Miami. Who is the big winner?
Florida State, without a doubt. They got that ball rolling up there. Jimbo has that program on a hot streak right now. Continue to fill in with top talent from across the country, doing a great job up there.
Jim McElwain was hired 2 months ago to be Florida's new head coach following the exit of Will Muschamp. How did he do? Because I'm hearing pretty good things.
In the 11th hour, he did awesome.
Yeah.
It wasn't looking too hot 2 weeks ago, but today he closed strong. 2 5-star commits, kind of the dark cloud that's been hanging over the program the past 18 months or so, kind of clearing away and a bright future ahead.
Now, on the opposite end of the spectrum here, the Miami Hurricanes, I am not hearing good things whatsoever about what is going down with Al Golden's program and what happened today for National Signing Day.
We talked about the dark cloud leaving Gainesville. It may be moving to Coral Gables right now. Only 7 prospects from Miami, Dade County, Broward, and Palm Beach County this class. You know, their bread and butter is down here. Didn't take care of, you know, keep the kids home this year.
Yeah, and we all know you got to be able to do that if you want to be successful in South Florida. Luke Stampini, recruiting expert at 24/7 Sports. Give him a follow on Twitter. The guy is fantastic, at Luke Stampini.
Yes, sir.
All right, my friend. Thank you so much. And folks, that's it. The end of our show officially marks the end of National Signing Day. Well, not really. We've still got a few hours left, but make sure to search the hashtag NSD1063 to check out all of our coverage from the day. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great night.